What up, everybody? It's your boy, Riley Puddin Peters, and I'm back again with my friend, Dr. Preston Rowe. And this time, the TTT is attending spring games all across the country. And damn sure we're going to tell you what we think.
And he scores on the last play of the game. They'll talk about that ball. Becomes a nation forever.
Are you ready?
Riley Peters. You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
Preston Rowe.
One of the best young coaches in college football.
It's the Trash Talk Tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right, spider 2-eye banana seal. You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
This is the Trash Talk Tailgate. And in this episode, me and Dr. Preston Rowe are going to break down some of our thoughts and opinions on 5 of the most, I guess, storylines driven spring games that were just happened recently. So we know the ones that we're going to cover are going to be Bama, Texas, Clemson, Colorado, and Ohio State. With that being said, I think we're going to kick it off with Alabama and the struggling quarterbacks. Dr. Preston Rowe, is Nick Saban in trouble? Is the dynasty in trouble?
Anyone who says that is fucking retarded. Like, I'm too tired for this shit, bro. Anyone who doubts Nick Saban at this point in his career is just, bro, like, give me whatever the fuck you're smoking, because you're smoking something.
They're smoking that not Nick Saban pack.
Yeah, dude, it's, bro, Nick Saban is the greatest coach of all time. Every single year, people somehow find a way to count him out. And every single year, he gets his guys to play up to the Alabama standard, and it's just, I don't even know what to say to that, bro. Like, no, Nick Saban and Alabama are not in trouble. They are going to figure it out. Yes, dude. Take it from me as a college football coach. Like, yes, like, I'm a college football fan, but I'm also a D1 college football coach. Spring games is just a fucking scrimmage. That's all it is.
Against your own team.
A scrimmage that fans get to go. It's a practice. It's a practice.
We're talking about practice?
We are talking about practice, Riley. That's what the fuck we're talking about.
It's practice?
Yeah.
So I'll give you some notes here for the quarterbacks of Alabama, because this was the worry. Anything that anybody ever had to say about this game was the young quarterbacks seem to be struggling. Jalen Milroe, 19 passes completed on 37 attempts. He had 2 touchdowns, and then added 1 rushing. I mean, it's not terrible. A little bit unsteady with the passing completion rate, but 2 tutties and a rushing, that's nothing to scoff at.
He's a great athlete.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was against Arkansas last year that he had like a 77-yard touchdown run, just untouched.
Yeah.
And because Bryce Young had to come out of the game for some reason. I mean, dude, Alabama fans, they're freaking out because they have to replace Bryce Young, who was a Heisman Trophy winner.
But they've been doing that. They've been doing that. Every year they got to replace a Heisman candidate at least.
Yeah,
I mean, fucking. Dude. It kills me. I mean, there's also another side to this, and it's the fact that Alabama's defense is so good. Like, of course, their offense they're going against even the backup Alabama defense is still probably a top tier defense.
Yeah, all of Alabama's starters would basically start everywhere except for Georgia and maybe Ohio State.
Yeah.
Like all of their backups would start at every single major college football program except for 2 or 3, if that.
Yeah, like a slight handful.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's just, man, I've seen so many ESPN articles, just talking heads, talking out of rears, saying, blah, 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 Alabama, their quarterbacks can't handle it. They're looking like they're going to go 7-5 in the SEC.
They're not going to go fucking 7-5. Dude, they lost 2 games last year.
They're going to go,
on last second touchdown, on last second plays.
I died so hard. Fuck? Someone's like, this team looks like they're going to go 7-5. I was like, okay. Anyways. Yeah, man.
Did you ask what he was smoking?
I should have, man. I should have asked him for some. Honestly, I should have skipped the bullshit. I know it was good. I knew it was good shit. Yeah, man. Let's hit the next one.
So Riley, bottom line, Alabama's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Nick Saban.
They're gonna be fine.
Believe in Saban.
Jesus Christ.
Don't doubt Saban.
Yeah, that's bottom line. End of story.
Bottom line, because Saban said so.
Yes.
All right, man. So the next big spring game that we're gonna hit is Texas. We're gonna go horns up for this one. Horns up, folks. And yeah, man. The big storyline in this one, of course, Arch Manning.
First of all, Texas fans that really thought that Arch Manning was going to compete and beat out Quinn Ewers for the starting quarterback job this year, once again, we will have whatever the fuck you're smoking, because it wasn't going to happen. Like, a lot of people have said this, and these stats might actually back this up. Riley, I have a question for you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Have you heard of this thing called the Bama bump?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Do you need me to explain it to you?
Please, for the people. It's for the people.
So
it's not for me. It's for the people.
I've always followed recruiting. I love college football. I've always followed recruiting. Now I have to recruit for my job. But in recruiting, these recruiting sites, Rivals, 24/7 is probably the biggest one. And ESPN, they also have their own recruiting rankings for all these high school kids. They look at the tape and they do all that shit. But a lot of times they look at offer sheets of, what schools have offered these kids. And like if a school like Alabama or Ohio State or Georgia now, Clemson. Yeah, Clemson.
You better Clemson.
Fucking Texas, all these schools, Oklahoma. If they were offering some kids, the recruiting site would just automatically just bump them. Like that's what we call a Bama bump. Like, you're a 4-star player and Alabama offers you, you're now a 5-star player just because Alabama offers you. And Alabama clearly knows what the fuck they're doing. So, that's what we call the Bama bump.
Alabama only obviously gets 5-star recruits. Duh.
My point is this. A lot of people thought that Arch Manning wasn't that great of a recruit coming out of high school. And he got what we're going to call the Manning bump.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Because of his last name. And dude, these stats, 13 completions for 30 fucking yards. Are you fucking shitting me? That's insane, dude. That's less than 3 yards a pass. Like, I get it if you're running the ball, less than 3 yards a run. Okay, that's not great. But dude, less than 3 yards a fucking pass in a spring game.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, and I know what I just said, like about spring games. I know it's a scrimmage, but dude, like that's
that's a sign.
not a great look.
Yo, you want to know what Quinn Ewers' fucking stat line was?
What was it?
16 for 23 for 195.
Yeah, like dude, Texas fans will know this. Quinn Ewers damn near beat Alabama last year. Like if Quinn Ewers hadn't gotten hurt, they probably would have beaten Alabama.
Or if they would have had super backup Arch Manning.
Oh my god, dude, shut the fuck up. But I mean, it just anyone who thought that Arch Manning was gonna realistically beat out Quinn Ewers for the starting quarterback job was just you were smoking something. I mean, we're gonna have to see how his career plays out at Texas, or if he decides to transfer somewhere else because he can't beat out a guy like Quinn Ewers. But right now, dude, I think it's kind of safe to say that maybe Arch Manning is a product of just his last name. Maybe he got bumped because of that.
He's a product of that Manning pack. And that Manning pack is probably what he was smoking all those times when he lost his ID. And all those times that he lost his ID is probably why his freshman 15 is actually just going to be the playing minutes he gets this season.
Oh, no. That's fucked, bro.
Cut it. That's a highlight, folks. All right. Moving on from Texas, the Sarkville. We're moving and we're going straight to Clemson, South Carolina. And we're going to visit the only Death Valley that matters in the world.
Shut the fuck up.
And we're going to talk about...
Motherfucker, you know who the real Death Valley is.
Yeah, dude.
Go
Clemson, South Carolina.
Go watch our World
anyways,
Cup
and we're going to talk about Garrett Riley and Cade Klubnik and how they have seemed to really mesh, first year OC or first year new OC to the program and a young quarterback going on what will be his first year as like the lead mantle. So Cade Klubnik in the game, 15 for 23, 106 yards and a touchdown. But overall, they just seem to click really well. The whole game plan, it just seemed to be flowing right. Like those statistics, honestly, when I was looking it up just a second ago to like see the yards, I was like, damn, it seemed like they hit a lot more. They do throw a lot of screens and shit. So there are a lot of like,
always done that.
Huh?
Clemson's always done that. That's a staple of their offense.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is they threw a lot of screens. So, like, a lot of those passes that were completed were, like, only for, like, 1 or 2 yards. How it'd be trying to work the screen game.
Yes.
Might as well be running the football. But, so, I was like, okay, but it looked good. It looked good. It looked better than anything that we fucking put on the field in the past couple of years. Fucking DJ Ukulele can be out there slinging it for the Beaver all he goddamn wants. He can go and sling it with his big arm straight in the Beaver all he fucking wants. But the new offense, Garrett Riley, the young quarterback, the Texas gunslinger. Arch Manning may be in Texas, but we got a sheriff in our town. They're looking good. They're looking good. I got a lot of hope. Defense definitely looks good. A lot of those 7 passes that were incomplete for Klubnik are actually like just good defense. Like our defense is gonna show up again.
Mm-hmm.
You can never count us out, baby. You can never count us out.
Riley, I'm gonna say this again. It's a spring game.
Okay. It's a fucking spring game. But if there's anything that a spring game could show, right? Like if there's something that you can actually gain from a spring game, I think the meshing of a young quarterback and a new OC is something that could be shown in a spring game.
That's fair.
Especially when you're playing against the quality of defense that you are, like with Clemson's defense. Like playing against them, even in a scrimmage, like that's a better defense than most of the teams that'll come and play you that year, dude. Like,
That's true.
that's gotta be respected. But you're right, it is a spring game. It's not a real thing. I will say Clemson is always one of those schools that tries to make it fun. They bring in alumni that are in the league and bring them in to coach and kind of make it a big deal and let younger coaches be the quote unquote head coach, and they duke it out for respect or whatever. I guess whoever gets to sit on the seat beside Dabo. I know that's what that's for. Whenever coach wins the spring game.
Well, I mean, do you know what really spring games are for? Like, yeah, they're for the fans and everything, but like, do you know what they're really for in reality?
What are they for?
For fucking recruiting.
Mm.
That's a whole other event that you get to have at your stadium with fans in the stadium.
Yeah.
Like, it's there's
Something
always
you can bring a high school kid and go, look at this. Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
Don't you want to come here and do this?
Yeah, it's and plus like just for fans, like spring games are great because it's like you're coming out of like the doldrums of winter and there's been no football and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. What?
The what of winter? That was a big word, Dr. Preston. You pulled out a fucking PhD word there, dude. That was a pretty huge dictionary. Anyways, keep going.
Dude. Like you're coming out of the doldrums of winter, dude. Like this feeling, like, and you just feel like there's nothing to look forward to, and then there's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's the spring game. Their spring practices have started, and then you start getting into like fall camp, and then before you know it, it's August, and it's like, oh shit, like it's right around the corner. Football season is back. This is like the first like huge step in terms of the return of football. So it's always great.
It's always a fun man. It's always a fun couple weeks. Spring game season. Seeing who wins. Who eats pizza and who eats steaks, baby. Who eats pizza and who eats steaks. So the next spring game that we're going to cover is Colorado. Prime time, baby. The prime effect. Colorado sold out their spring game this year. 36,000 people, I think was the number. Last year they had 2,000 less than 2,000. That's a ridiculous switch. That is and can only be described as the prime effect.
True.
Along with it, the prime effect, 19 players in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was 15, but now it's 19.
It was 15, now it's 19.
Those are updated stats.
Coach Prime came in, he said, I'm bringing my Louis Vuitton luggage, and if you don't like it, you can hit that transfer portal. And looks like about 19 guys were like, okay, I'm with it. 19 dudes couldn't handle selling out Colorado's stadium, dude.
But now, Riley, this isn't really about the spring game, but my question is to you, like, what do you expect out of Colorado this year?
I mean, I think they're going to be a strong pack whatever it is now, contender.
Oh, still 12, I think. Yeah, it's the Pac-12.
Pack 8.5 at best.
Yep.
But, I think they're going to be a strong contender. Honestly, I've been high on Shadur Sanders as well as a quarterback. I think he's a great athlete. I think he has some of that instinct that made his dad great. Will he transfer to the next level? That is a question that will be talked about in a later time, not now. But will I think he make a difference? Him and Coach Prime, do they make a difference in the Pac-12 overnight? Yes, I actually think they do. Do I think they win it? Maybe. I mean, it's still going to be competitive. It's not like they're going to trounce over everybody. Like, the Pac-12 still got some good talent. They're still going to be fighting. But, like, I think they go from whatever the fuck they were to a contender, legit.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to go that far. I think they'll be relevant, which is something that Colorado hasn't been since like fucking 2000, 2001, some shit like that.
Since the
like,
buffalo roamed and the deer and antelope played.
Shut the fuck up. But I mean, I think that's why you go out and you hire someone like Dion, because he instantly makes you relevant. Do I think they're gonna? I think they'll be lucky to get to 500. I think they'll be competitive, but I don't necessarily think it's gonna translate into 9 or 10 or even 11 win season. Because dude, think about it. I mean, you've still got Oregon. Oregon's recruiting at an elite level with Dan Lanning.
Oh yeah.
Utah is always a very tough team with, and they're a very tough place to play as well. USC with Lincoln Riley. If they can get any ounce of defense with Caleb Williams returning, they're going to be a college football playoff contender. Just a shred of defense, bro.
God damn it, any defense.
Just any defense. Fuck.
Yeah,
UCLA, they're with Chip Kelly. They're gonna be really good as well. I just think that the Pac-12. I don't think there's a truly dominant team, but I think the Pac-12 now has kind of grown into a lot of really good teams.
Yeah.
And I don't think Colorado's gonna be one of them.
Oh, I think they're gonna be. I really do. They're bringing a lot of fucking talent. Now, I honestly, for me, they're either good or they fucking completely bust. That's truly it, because they just have
it's
so
kind
much,
of in the middle.
I think they have so much fucking talent. They're loaded to the gills with top picks. I mean, they have literally number 1, number 2 best cornerbacks from a class ago.
Yes.
The team's stacked to the gills. We'll just see how it plays out. But yeah, no, I think they're gonna contend, man. I really do. I think they're gonna surprise. I think it's gonna be shock. I think it's gonna be awe, and I think they will have an amazing first year, and will probably struggle year 2, year 3, and then balance out later.
I think it's the opposite. I think they'll just slowly build. If they're ever going to be competitive, truly competitive, I don't think it's this year. I think they're going to have to build towards that.
That's fair.
Within a few seasons. But yeah, man. But either way, dude, it's going to be entertaining, and Colorado is relevant because of this.
100%. And the fans are excited. But speaking of the fans being excited, the last game that we're going to cover is Ohio State, which had the largest attendance of any spring game of 75,000 plus. Got anything for that?
Yeah, I don't know. So, it's very impressive, 75,000 fans, filling up the Horseshoe for a spring game. That's damn impressive. And like I said, recruits see that, and they've got one of the most loyal fan bases in all of college football. But they've also got one of the most delusional fan bases in all of college football. And I'm including fucking Tennessee in that, Alabama in that, fucking Nebraska. Nebraska, you're not going to be relevant. Just shut the fuck up.
Hey, they just got Willis McGahee the 4th.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that. But anyway, Ohio State fans. I saw a list the other day of top 10 coaches that are on the hot seat. Ryan Day was on that list, the head coach for Ohio State. And all I could say to that was just motherfuckers. Ryan Day is 45-6 as the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
And all I want to do is Turkish derb.
I mean, 45-6, dude. They were a missed field goal away from beating Georgia to play for the national championship. Just fucking
right as the fucking ball dropped.
Right as the ball dropped,
it was
dude.
the most beautiful, poetic thing.
It was.
Ryan Day was a day away from a great year.
And like, dude, let's be real. Like, if they would have beaten Georgia, they would have beaten TCU more than likely. So they were basically a missed field goal away from having a pretty good chance to win a national championship last year. And people want him fired. That is fucking asinine. Ohio State fans, fucking retarded. They're delusional. Like, bro, the man is 45-6. Do you know how many programs would kill to have a head coach go 45-6? Oh, but he can't beat Michigan. Dog, like, Jim Harbaugh, believe it or not, is a damn good football coach. It's hard to beat damn good football coaches. I mean, Ohio State, they lost to Alabama in the national championship game. They lost to Kirby Smart, who's a back-to-back national championship. Jim Harbaugh has taken a team to the Super Bowl and has resurrected multiple college football programs from the dead, including Michigan. Ohio State fans. If I hear one more time that Ryan Day is on the hot seat for going 11-1 in the regular season, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know, dude. That's not even a bruh moment. It's just, dog, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you smoking? That's all I can ask.
Yeah,
you.
man.
What the fuck are you smoking?
Fucking toxic fan, bro.
Christ.
Man.
I love college football, but dude, some college football fans are just delusional, and
most of them.
It just pains me. Dude, like 45-6, bro. 45-6.
45-6.
Yeah.
Well. So back to the thing that started that little bit. Ohio State having the top spring game attendance is 75,000. So I'm gonna round off the top five. Second was Nebraska with 66,000.
Yes.
Then we had Penn State at 63,000 and at least 18 minors.
Shut the fuck up.
We had Alabama at 58,000 and only 2,000 could read. And then, of course, Tennessee with 54,000, and all of them didn't know that they were going to suck this year. Rocky Top.
But how many mustard bottles were there? How many mustard bottles?
54,000 people were there. There was approximately 72,000 mustard bottles in the stadium.
I have a fun fact for you, Riley. You want to hear a fun fact?
Give me a fun fact.
Oh, dude. So Clemson was just outside the top 5 with 50,000 in attendance for their spring game. Do you know who edged out Clemson for the higher attendance?
Don't tell me that the Cox edged out Clemson.
They did, dude. 51,000 people were riding the Shane train to Beamer Ball Juniors.
Dude, they were going to fucking Beamer Hut Juniors, baby.
They were going
the
to
Shane
Beamer
train
Ball Juniors.
to Beamer.
Dude.
Yeah, that's so fucking funny, dude. They were taking the Shane train to Beamer Hut Juniors, baby.
Yes, man.
Fucking toot toot.
Riley, I know you're a Clemson fan, but bro, I gotta say, the Shane train is off the rails right now, dude, and I am all aboard that thing. They are building something special in Columbia.
Honestly, man, it sounds like you're all aboard the caboose, but keep going.
Fuck you. I would love. Oh my god, dude, Shane Beamer, come hire me. Hire the TTT.
Hire the TTT, Shane Beamer. He's all over your caboose. He'll keep it clean.
Dude.
All right, man. This was a beautiful episode, brother. Everybody, please, thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, all of the good things. Let us know how you're feeling. How you feel after the spring games. Is there another team you want us to talk about? Is there a school you want us to talk about? Just maybe either recruiting, whatever. Comment, let us know. But
Yes.
This is the Trash Talk Tailgate. Riley Puddin Peters, Dr. Preston Rowe. We got to clean up and get out of here, folks. Join us next time. Peace.